Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. FPL Consult here, and today we're going to take a look at my Game Week 37 transfer plans. Now, I would advise everyone to hold off on transfers or hold off on making early transfers this week, simply because there are a lot of things that we are waiting on. As of recording, I have just watched the Brighton versus Arsenal game, right? So there is still one more game to go for Brighton and Newcastle, and that will complete Game Week 36, but that only happens on Thursday night. And then on top of that, there is also a couple of injury news that we're waiting on. For example, Marcus Rashford, we need to know an update on his status, whether he'll be fit or not. And then there's also that Real Madrid versus Manchester City midweek clash, which will decide a lot of our transfer moves moving forward into 37, because City are a team that double, and we will want to have a look at that fixture, that Champions League fixture, and how it progresses before we decide which is the best Man City triple up to go for, right? So there are a lot of things we're waiting on, so don't make your early transfers, but I thought it'd be good to just have a look at what I'm thinking about, my early thoughts going into Double Game Week 37. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video and find it useful. If you do, please give it a like and also subscribe as well if you are new around here. So first up, we're going to take a look at my team without transfers made. I only have 7 Double Game Week players here, and one of them is Marcus Rashford. So that already is a little bit of an issue for me. So aside from Marcus Rashford, who is a Double Game Week player that I initially wanted to start in Game Week 37, but now that he could potentially miss out, I may have to spend a transfer on him. And on top of that, Solly March is on the bench as well. On top of him being injured and probably ruled out for the rest of the season, he also takes up a Brighton spot as well. So I am kind of in a situation where ideally I would want triple Man City, triple United, and triple Brighton going into Game Week 37. But at the moment, not only do I only have double Manchester United, but one of them is injured, and my triple Brighton, Solly March, is probably out for the season. So as it stands, I will have to make a couple of tweaks to my team, right, and to try and fit in players that I think I will be missing out on. So players like McAllister for March, and also players like Bruno Fernandes for Marcus Rashford. I think these are transfers that I do have to consider, right, moving into Game Week 37, because I will have to cover some bases here. And on top of that, I want to take a couple of punts as well, because it is that time of the season where if I want to jump into the top 50k, I do have to take a couple of risks here and there. So of course, I'll try to make it calculated risks. So let's take a look now at my team, tinkering with the team basically, and take a look at what I'm thinking about moving into Game Week 37. So as with everyone else, my transfer plans in Game Week 37 largely hinges on the fitness of Marcus Rashford. If he's fit, I don't have to spend a transfer on him. I can address the issues elsewhere. But if he's not fit, then I will have to spend a transfer on him. The maximum I'm willing to go to this week is a -4. I won't go so far as to take a -8, especially just 2 game weeks left. I don't think there's enough time for hits to pay off as well. So a -4 is the maximum that I will go to this week, probably to bring in double game week players as well. So let's take a look at the plans that I intend to do. And just before we jump into it, this Man City triple up that I have, I don't think I will be shifting them around and swapping my third Man City asset. I know Phil Foden as a third Manchester City asset is not ideal, but given the situation that we're in, as I just mentioned, Man City may already have the Premier League wrapped up after the Chelsea game, and on top of that, they would have just played the Real Madrid and Man City Champions League clash midweek. So there's a lot of factors that can go into who will play both games, right? Nobody can accurately predict, and because of that reason, I've kind of trashed the moves that I initially wanted to make, like maybe selling Ederson to free up that third Man City spot and maybe going Salah to Kevin De Bruyne. I've kind of trashed that idea because I don't think it would be worth it to take a gamble on who will start both games for Man City, right? So I will want to make a little bit more secure moves. So most of my transfer plans won't involve shifting around Foden. It's kind of a situation where I've made my bid and I'm going to rely on it. So let's take a look at the scenario if Marcus Rashford is not fit, right? If Marcus Rashford is not fit, I think the very obvious move for me would be to do Marcus Rashford up to Bruno Fernandes, right? So I don't have enough money in the bank, so I will have to make one more transfer, which is a -4, right, to free up funds for this move, right? So what I'm thinking about for my second transfer in this combination is basically after doing Rashford to Bruno Fernandes, I sell Trippier for Rafael Varane. right? So this will give me a triple up on Manchester United. I will also be tripled up on Manchester City, and then I will have a double Brighton in Estupinian and Mitoma. I won't be able to change Solly March to McAllister. If I do want to change him to McAllister, it will be for an additional hit that would bring me to a -8, which I'm not too fond of. So based on this combination, if Marcus Rashford is not fit, I think I'm likely just to take this -4 and line my team up as it stands, right? But let's say Marcus Rashford is fit, and if he is, that would be a very ideal scenario. So I'll reverse the moves that I've made. So I've brought back Trippier and Marcus Rashford. So if Marcus Rashford is fit, I think I much prefer this combination of moves. So the first one is to actually remove Solly March and upgrade him to Bruno Fernandes. And obviously I don't have enough funds for this, -2.9 in the bank, as you guys can see here. So I will have to free up funds, and Alexander Isak down to either Enciso, who currently is yellow flagged. He came off the Brighton game, the Brighton Arsenal game, with a dead leg. So if he's not fit by game week 37, I may have to go for Evan Ferguson instead, right? But I actually do prefer Enciso, so hopefully he'll be back fit as well. But if not, I think Evan Ferguson is fine as well. And then I'll sub Bruno Fernandes in for Trippier, and this would be likely how I'm lining up in game week 37. Now this is the scenario if Marcus Rashford is fit. So the two changes made were Solly March up to Bruno Fernandes, and downgrading Alexander Isak to Evan Ferguson. Hopefully it could be Enciso, because I think Enciso's minutes are slightly more guaranteed than Evan Ferguson. So in this particular combination, I have the ideal Manchester United triple up: Luke Shaw, Fernandes, and Rashford. I have a triple Brighton in Estupinian, Mitoma, and Ferguson. I also have triple Man City in Edison, Foden, and Haaland, who I probably will captain. And then I have two single gimmick players in Trent and Salah. So this would be a very good team, I feel, right, to take into game week 37. So hopefully Marcus Rashford is fit. I know a lot of us are hoping that Marcus Rashford will be fit so that we can focus our transfers elsewhere as well. So we will keep a lookout for that news. Hopefully we get good news. If not, I will have to switch back to that other team that you guys saw just now and bring in Bruno Fernandes and Rafa Varane instead. So this is my transfer thoughts going into game week 37. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys are doing with your teams, and am I missing any moves? If you've watched the video to this point and you've realized that I could have gone for another combination of moves, do let me know down in the comments below. I'd be interested to see. But for now, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this Double Game Week 37 video, and I'll catch you guys in more Game Week 37 content very soon. Bye bye.